Screen replacements are an everyday comp task, and adding reflective elements on top to help better integrate the graphics that are placed on the screen are much more effective with Scanline Render 2. So in this case, we have our plate, and we know the areas that we're going to be placing the screens onto. And in this case, these are the graphics that we are using for the screen. We've tracked the camera, and then we are placing the cards and also adding the texture of those screens in place. So now we have something that we can go ahead and render out and then place on top. There's not integrated very well overall, as we're missing that overall reflection that's needed. So in this case, we're grabbing those exact same cards, but we're applying a different material to it. We're applying a reflection material to those cards. And from here, we can go in and again tweak any properties that are necessary that are going to look correct. And then we are lighting the scene with an HDRI so we can gather all that reflection. So from here, we can go and render out. And the nice thing about this, right, is because camera is moving through frame, you can see what's happening is we're getting more revealed or less revealed from reflection. So a proper reflection that's going to be moving with the camera. And then we can begin to integrate on top of our screen. So at this point, we can go in and dial a bit more, less, to whatever makes the most sense. And then the last screen is separated down here, which really helps tie everything together. And now we have the proper reflection that's going to move throughout that camera track. Creating reflections and refractions for complex scenes can now be simplified with some comp efficiencies. Here we have a ship in a glass bottle, and we have a fill shader because we want to hold out the base, and then we have the reflection surface material on the glass, the inner glass and the outer glass. We are gathering reflections through the environment light and an HDRI, and then we are merging them in with a geoscene node. Now, instead of rendering the entire mesh for the ship, we have it placed on a card, so it's a pre-render of it, along with the water mesh. So from there, we can simply just plug in and render, and we're able to gain a lot of speed, especially if there's something like refraction, which requires a heavy computational pull. So this is a simple example, but cheats like this are what can drastically reduce render times when you're doing these heavy calculations and still provide convincing results. We always want to provide multiple ways to solve a problem depending on the needs and the time scale.